Welcome to the Spartan family. Hi, I am Creta Walker, Assistant to the Vice Chancellor for Student Affairs. As part of my role, I have the honor of advising UNCG's Parent and Family Advisory Council, a group of dedicated parents committed to enriching the student experience. During today's Parent and Family session, you have the opportunity to hear directly from Student Affairs leadership and learn more about how you can be involved in ensuring your students' success here at UNCG. The Division of Student Affairs is committed to providing exceptional and holistic support for students at every phase of their time here. Dr. Kathy Akins serves as the Vice Chancellor for Student Affairs and provides leadership to 12 departments that build a comprehensive culture of care. Welcome, Dr. Akins.
Hello, welcome parents and family members. On behalf of the Division of Student Affairs, I want to tell you that we appreciate the opportunity to serve your students. We know that the decision about where to attend college is an important one, and we appreciate that you have entrusted us at UNCG. The Division of Student Affairs, which is the division that I represent, is made up of a number of services and programs that are in place to support our students outside of the classroom. Our primary focus is on engaging students in meaningful ways and ensuring that we have the support systems and the services to help them to succeed and overcome any barriers that they may face. One of the things that we believe strongly is that students' involvement outside of the classroom is just as important as their involvement inside of the classroom. And so we appreciate the opportunity to spend a little bit of time with you today and talk about some ways that we can help support your students.
Hello, I'm Brett Carter, and I'm the Associate Vice Chancellor and Dean of Students. As part of my role as Dean of Students, is responsible for helping students transition from high school to college. So we're going to spend some time talking about a few scenarios that get into some of the issues that our students may encounter while they're here on campus. One of the things we want to let our parents and students know is that we're all about creating that culture of care. And so we want you to assure you that we are prepared and we're ready for that transition.
During today's session, we will go through some scenarios of topics that your students may encounter during their time here at UNCG. We will then review tips and resources that you will have access to as well.
So this is an interesting scenario and probably one that is pretty common among first-year students. We know that many students struggle with the issue of homesickness. One of the things that we're focused on as a university is helping to ensure that students get connected early on with a support system, with some of their peers, and with things to become involved in so that they feel more a part of the campus community. One thing that I think is helpful for parents and family members is to have a conversation early on about transitions. We know that any type of transition in life is accompanied by some degree of discomfort or certainly change. And so having that conversation ahead of time so that students can anticipate that they're going to have to move through this process to probably get to a point where they feel most comfortable, but that's typical. We know that many students may feel this way when they come in, but throughout the semester, they certainly feel more at home. And we're going to do what we can by engaging students, and we would encourage you to ask students, are they getting out there? Are they meeting other students? Have they engaged with any clubs on campus? Are they communicating with others in their classes? Those are all things that we know that can help to make a difference. And I think that as parents and family members, you can also provide that support by making sure that they know that you're there, that you're there to support them, but also encouraging them to hang in there. And of course, if it becomes to a point where it would be helpful for students to be able to talk to someone about how they're feeling, they certainly have the support of the counseling center who will engage students in one-on-one type of therapy, or also suggest groups that they might want to be a part of through the counseling center where students maybe share this issue in common and are willing to come together and talk about it.
So what would you do in this scenario? We know that mental health concerns are things that impact a lot of our students. And certainly we want to be there to support our students. And one of the things we also like to share with our students is these are normal behaviors. Anxiety, depression, concerns are things that are normal that most students or college students are going to experience. And so we have some great resources on our campus to kind of help students adjust well to their college environment. And one of the things that is very important to do is talk about it. So when they're calling you, use this as an opportunity just to talk and find out what's going on. And then think about, what was it like for you? Change is something that is very challenging, and change is sometimes difficult. And so sometimes just hearing you share your experience about what change is all about can make a difference for these students. So here are some few tips that we like to share with you to communicate with your son or daughter. First, talk about what transition is like. Seek out those opportunities to plan ahead. One of the things we like to encourage our students is, as much as possible, be proactive, be organized. Take some time to learn the resources that are on our campus. Search the web, look at all the variety of opportunities to get connected with those support resources. But most importantly, encourage your student not to be afraid to ask for help. That is the first line to getting students connected with those support resources. And one of the things that is unique about UNC Greensboro is we have a lot of unique resources that are support resources for our students. First of all, the Dean of Students Office, a great starting place. We help students navigate the campus resources. We help our students connect with their faculty or teach them how to have those difficult conversations with their faculty. But also we have the Counseling Center. The Counseling Center is a wonderful resource that is available to students 24/7. They can call at any time. And also during those times when they make those calls, there's support on the other end. And if necessary, that individual will be able to schedule an appointment with one of our counselors. Also within the residence halls, we have some wonderful professional staffs, our RAs, our graduate students, our professional staff members who live in the residence halls. These are master's level professionals who are there to provide extra level of support to our students. So take advantage of those opportunities. And also remember that as a campus that is about to be creating that culture of care, we're here for you. We're here to support your student. So don't hesitate to reach out to us.
So this is another interesting situation that we would ask you as parents and family members to think about. One of the things that we know is those who live on campus and have roommates will certainly go through a growth process as they learn how to navigate living with someone else in the residence halls. One of the things that we all know is that relationships require a great deal of compromise and communication. And so one of the things that is particularly important is encouraging students to really have some meaningful conversations with their roommates from the beginning. One of the things that we find when roommate conflicts arise is that they are often over issues that students have never talked about before. So roommates may have expectations about how they would share that space, but they haven't shared those with each other. One of the things that we do in Housing and Residence Life is we ask students to complete a roommate agreement. And this is really an opportunity for roommates to come together and talk about important topics that would help kind of set some expectations to avoid those issues down the road. Our staff in the residence halls, which you've heard a little bit about already, are in place to help students navigate some of these difficult conversations when things do come up. But it's important that students are talking with each other. And one of the things that I would encourage parent and family members is certainly to have the conversation now about the kinds of things that students may be expecting of their roommates and how they will talk about those expectations from the beginning. But the other thing is, if your student does run into a problem or a concern with a roommate, encourage them to have the conversation with the roommate. If they don't feel comfortable doing that, they should definitely seek out their RA and ask for assistance in how to navigate that. One of the things that we don't want is we don't want parents and family members to feel like they're the ones that have to intervene on behalf of the students. Our staff will certainly do everything that we can to support students in managing these conversations. In the end, what we usually find out is that if students give it a little bit of time and have those discussions, they'll often find that their initial impressions change over time, and they can come to a situation where they feel like they have a manageable living situation. And so we do just ask them to try to work through those things, but to let us know if there are struggles that we can help them to address. And in the end, one of the things that we know is that this is a situation where most students can reflect back and say that living with someone else and learning how to have that communication and compromise was one of the things that they really learned a lot from during their university experience.
So your student calls you and says, I need money to buy that extra book. And on top of that, they're expressing some concerns about not having enough money on their card to purchase food. So what are you going to do? Well, one of the things we hope you will do is encourage your student to contact the Dean of Students Office. The Dean of Students Office is a great resource to help our students navigate our campus resources. And we're here to provide that level of support. It could be connecting them with the financial aid office so that they can apply for an emergency loan, or looking at their financial aid package and perhaps assisting them with some type of adjustment that could provide some additional support. And if that doesn't work, one of the things that we are very happy to all be able to offer is our SAFE Fund. Our SAFE Fund is designed for emergencies, when you've explored all those options and no other options are available. And as long as funds are available, we will do everything we can to address that specific need. Another level of support that we are able to provide is providing opportunities to access food. We have partnered with some of our community partners, and one in particular, the Wesley Foundation, who has a Spartan Open Pantry, where students can go throughout the week to pick up items, as well as personal items to support them. And on our campus, we have strategically placed what we call Spartan Open Pantry to-go cabinets, where students can, depending on where they're on campus, they can pick up a few items to kind of get them through the day or until they can make it to the Spartan Open Pantry. You see, that's what we're all about, is creating that culture of care and supporting our students. Their success is important to us. So encourage your student to take advantage of those resources. Encourage your student to contact the Dean of Students Office.
This is an important topic because we all want students to do well academically and to be successful. One of the things that you've probably already learned is that UNCG has some amazing support resources for students. One of the things that you can do to help with this situation is to encourage your student to seek help early on. You know, there are many resources like advising and tutoring. Students can get help in the library. They can get help with their writing. But one of the things that we know is that sometimes students will wait to access those services until they're in trouble. And so if we take tutoring as an example, they may wait until they have not done well on an exam, whereas that tutoring help could have helped them be successful from the start of the semester. So as you and your students learn more about the resources, encourage them to use them. One of the other things that we encourage students to do is to develop relationships with their faculty. Faculty are there because they care about the success of students as well. They want students to master the course content. And so if students are struggling in a class, it's always helpful for them to share that with faculty and seek some advice or guidance or let them know that they're struggling. And they may be able to offer some additional support as well. The important thing is to not wait too long. And your encouragement and our encouragement hopefully will help ensure that they stay on the right track from the very beginning.
In the event that you get this call, we want you to be prepared. So what should you do? Here are a few helpful tips. First of all, we hope you start the conversation out by believing your student, providing that level of support, and letting them know that you care. Letting them know that you're there to provide that extra level of support. And then we hope that you're going to encourage them to reach out to the support resources that are on campus. We have a variety of resources, and one in particular is our Campus Violence Resource Center. It is at this center that we have a variety of counselors and staff, as well as other community resources that are available so that if your students feel comfortable and wants to share what their experience is about, those individuals are going to listen, and they're going to connect the student with the other support resources on campus. And then there's the Dean of Students Office, as well as our UNCG Police Department. Both of these are semi-confidential resources. And what that means is we have to share information with our Title IX coordinator so that we can make sure the students are getting support that they need, which is why oftentimes we encourage our students to start out with the Campus Violence Resource Center. So know that we're here to support you. We're here to support your student. And we know that when things happen, the first thing that you or your student are going to be looking for is, how do I get the support that I need? So call on us. Let us be your support.
We want to thank you for sharing some time with us today. Our hope is that you will use these scenarios to have some conversation with your student and talk about them in a way that hopefully will prevent them encountering any of these situations during their time here. But if they do, we hope you feel better prepared by understanding what some of the resources are and how we are here to support you. We really look at our relationship with parent and family members as a partnership. We are all invested in the success of our students here. And so whatever we can do to support you and your family during this time, please call upon us because we want to help. We look forward to having you engaged in our campus community in the future. Thank you.
Thank you again for your time and attention. For more information about some of the resources that were given during today's topics, please visit these links. Please stay connected to us and reach out to us if you have any questions. Our contact information is listed here. We look forward to partnering with you and your family through this journey. Go Spartans.